Good morning everyone. My name is Daniel Bateson from Manchester in England, and I'm 18 years old, as Alison said, trainee digital engineer at Lango Road, and I'm delighted to be given the opportunity to come and share my story with you all and hopefully try and maybe inspire a few people, hopefully. If this works. It's a good start, this, isn't it? Glad it's not just me. Thank you. Thank you. So, at the time of, back in 2012, when I was first introduced to Design Engineer Construct, age 13, before I was introduced to it, I had no knowledge whatsoever of the construction industry. In fact, the only bits of information I received about it were probably from watching TV programs and then listening to my dad and granddad argue about it all the time. As for career options, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I'd say that my options were fairly limited, not because the jobs weren't there, so the vast majority they've always been there, but the knowledge of those jobs and to find a way into those jobs, that knowledge has never been there for students of that age category. So for me personally, like most boys in Manchester, wanted to play for Manchester United. Obviously that's never going to happen. It was supposed to be that funny. So, construction, never something at that age that I'd considered, and it was only when I had the first few taster sessions in year 9 at high school, back when I was 13, where I actually began to understand construction and begin to take a real interest in it. So, first few taster sessions in Design Engineer Construct. This was, back in 2013, and at the time I'd probably only taken part in roughly 4 hours of taster sessions, but this was enough for me to actually decide that it was something that I wanted to pursue, mainly because it was something extremely interesting, extremely new, and provided a real opportunity for something that I'd like to do within my career. So back in September 2013 was when I started Design Engineer Construct. As Alison said, St Ambrose Barlow, the high school that I went to, actually being the first school in the UK to take part in DEC as an actual qualification. The qualification running from September to May 2014. Proud to say I achieved a grade A within it. But then not only technical opportunities and technical development by learning things such as Revit and basic tools of how to place walls, doors, windows, roofs, etc. into an architectural model, but also the chance to develop as a person by taking part in speeches such as this and keynote events. The first one that I attended was a Construction Awards in Sheffield, along with 3 other peers. And Design Engineer Construct, it doesn't teach you how to just improve technically, but also as a person, which when you want to gain a job in the industry, is something extremely important, because you'll get nowhere if you know things as a person. Thankfully, the opportunities carried on, and I was able to take part in a 1-week work placement with a small company called Habitat Systems, based in Manchester. At the start of this, I was taking part in small Revit training tasks, but then come the end of the week, I was actually completing real-life actual work and jobs for the company. So this was only small jobs, taking dimensions, modelling bathroom pods, but it was a start and something that I could then build on. So, jump to age 16 and 2015. Just before I attended college, I actually took part in a 2-week work experience placement with Lango Road. This again helped arranged by Alison and Class of Your Own, and further example of more opportunities which this provided. The work experience itself actually changed my life forever, really, because this was where I found out about a degree apprenticeship program, which Lango Rock were just beginning to move into the digital age. So, whilst on this program, again, I was taking small Revit courses and trying to begin to work on develop my Revit skills, but also gaining the experience of actually being on site and seeing what it's like in day-to-day job as a construction professional. I then went on to attend Loreto College in Manchester, and due to the work experience, due to finding out about the apprenticeship, decided to choose options which would begin to gear myself towards a construction industry related job. So I chose maths, geography, physics and economics. Thankfully, I then had the opportunity to launch the Pathways programme. That was myself and another girl based in London, where this was a 12-week paid work experience placement with Lango Rock, whereby over 2 years we complete 12 weeks, 6 weeks per year. This would take place during the school holidays. So you give up a week in time, come into work and start to learn more about Revit, but it also exposed us to a lot more software, such as Navis and AutoCAD, and you really got a feel for the industry then, what it'd be like actually taking it as a job, and it's something which cemented the idea for me that this was something that I really wanted to do. Again, keynote speaking events. Now, 2015 when this took place, I had finished Design Engineer Construct as a GCSE. So, for all they're aware, it could have been finished Design Engineer Construct and that's it, I'm done with it then. But I was given more opportunities even after completing the course to further develop with it, which is something that I'll always be grateful for. Moving on to 18, my final year at college, 2016. I managed to achieve the 3 A levels in geography, maths and economics. Also completed my 12 weeks work experience placement with Lango Rock. And it was at this point which I decided to apply for the School and College Leaver Programme. This was in late 2016. And then thankfully, come 2017, I actually achieved a place on that programme and began to work on it as well. So this programme that I'm with now with Lango Rock is a 5-day course per week. So 4 days a week I'll be working on site in the office with on real work and real live projects. And then 1 day a week I'll be attending Liverpool John Moores University, studying a 5-year course in civil engineering, hopefully attaining a Bachelor of Engineering degree in that. And then it's something that Ron mentioned actually, that 6-month to 18-month process whereby you'll come into your job but not actually be able to produce any productive work. Because of what Design Engineer Constructor has given me and the course that I've been on with Lango Rock, I was actually able to come straight into the apprenticeship and start working on 2 300 million plus pound projects, which I'll be sharing with you soon. But I think that Design Engineer Construct is something which really helped with that. In fact, at university, it'll be my 4th year before I even touch anything to do with Autodesk, Revit or anything digital related. By which point, 4 years, if I've not learned anything by then, I'm sure I'd be sacked. So, that's not really great. But luckily, thankfully for me, I'm the university who've attended Design Engineer Construct, taking it as a GCSE. We already have the basic skills required to be able to get straight into a job and begin work on that straight away. So my first job started in beginning of October, and that was on the Transforming Cancer Care Project, or TCCP, which is a hospital in Liverpool specialising in cancer care. And for this project, I began to model some 4-stair course, RVK connectors, all of this done in Revit, and then began to also explore more Navisworks and completing clash detections on those processes as well, which thankfully managed to save the company some money. So already producing that valuable work inside the first few weeks of actually working there. Second project started a couple of weeks ago now, and that's the Grange University Hospital in Gwent in Wales. And for this project I'm actually modelling foul water pipes modelling ducts, modelling manholes, and also beginning to put in CCTV, double and single-headed lampposts for visual and geographical purposes as well. As for next steps, I hope to continue on my 5-year programme, completed in 2022. Again, 5-year degree runs alongside that, so hopefully by the end of that I'll have attained a BEng in civil engineering, work towards chartership then as well, and also continue with my wider knowledge of Autodesk software, working with InfraWorks, Inventor, continue with Navis, continue with AutoCAD, and really build on those and see where those software can take them. So these are just a couple of images now. This is the cancer care project in Liverpool. So top right corner are some of the stairs of the RBK connectors, which were modelled in Revit and then rendered. These were used in the class protection process, as shown below. This is one of the clashes, so probably shouldn't be shown in this really, but anyway. And then top left corner is a model hoist, which was used for logistic purposes. Again, modelled by myself in Autodesk Revit. And then onto some images from the Grange University Hospital, modelling foul water drainage pipes, and then again below, single and double-headed lampposts, placed upon a topographical model with double CCTV cameras as well. So, thanks for listening.
So hopefully in that 40-minute session, more or less just on time, you discovered that you really can't start young enough. I think secondary school for a lot of young people is just a maze. It's all about academic performance, it's all about getting a grade. When does any of this creativity actually happen? And it does happen, and I'd love to talk to you at lunchtime, show you some more examples, show you how you can get involved, probably more tangibly, more effectively in secondary schools. Here to help, here all day. So please do connect with myself and Dan at lunchtime, and I'll hand back to Pippa. Thanks very much, everyone.
All right, so we've seen a number of presentations this morning. What we'll do now is we'll go for lunch, but then we'll try and bring everything together. We've seen examples of a day of professional life. We've seen some fantastic examples of how working with the young people, bringing them into industry and making those connections. We understand you're busy with doing a lot of other stuff as well. So from a knowledge to connect perspective, these are the things that we're being targeted on this year, and we're happy to explore together with you how we can support you doing this. Not only providing you with enablement and everything like that, but there's funding there as well to help you take those first steps if you're not already in this space and exploring this space. And hopefully that could be something tangible for you in the long run. So,
sorry, I didn't want to let this moment pass without kind of sharing the elephant in the room here. Would you rather be the company that provided the Autodesk training for the last 10 years, as great as the training was, or would you rather be that company plus the one that introduced Dan to your HR, to their HR department, and put a student of his caliber into the workforce that you know is going to be successful, and that they look back as you are now a trusted partner because of this introduction, the fact that you are adding value upon the value that you've already created in the past, right? But this is the magic, right? And if you can't see how this works with your business, let's talk about it. But if you look at it from your customer's perspective, that is value. That's value. That's what we need to do this year. Right?
Thanks a million. So